Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we have a couple of projects. We will just see how much of it we can get to in this one video. We need to replace the wick in this pink tone Cygnus Petrol lighter. But first, we need to make sure the snuffer does not close properly, and I'm not certain what the cause is. At first I thought that it was the wick chimney being bent, but once I got my parts lighter out and got to looking at it, it appears as though the chimney in it leans forward as well. This snuffer on this pink Cygnus definitely looks bent, so we're going to go ahead and remove this one and replace it. I'm not certain either that these are an exact match of gold tone. I think that the Pan Am lighter may be a little bit lighter tone, but I also think that it'll work for now until I could come up with a more perfect fit. So we will take our precision screwdriver and carefully remove this screw that allows the snuffer to pivot up and down. It's a very small screw. You want to be careful, just like the pin screws that go down the middle of the roller and hold them into place. They will break fairly easily. Also, don't want to mar this up any more than is necessary. Got a piston spring underneath here that's putting pressure there. So we will hold down on that, relieve a little bit of that pressure while we pull the pin out. Get our pin down here where we won't lose it, and then we'll let the snuffer come up. I am almost certain that that is bent, but I would not swear by it. Now we will remove our donor snuffer and the pin first to get that snuffer off of the lighter. Very small pin with very small threads apparently. It doesn't back out of there real quick, and so again here, apply pressure from the top. Well, let's just see before we get too crazy about needing to apply too much pressure, how difficult this will be to pull out. And comes out fairly easily. Set that up here so I can distinguish it from the one that I took out of the lighter that we are actually repairing. There is the snuffer we are going to replace. So the gold tone is a little bit different tone, it looks like. Now, let us see about getting this down into place and getting the pin go ahead and pull this out real quick. May need to do a little bit of cleaning on this. Just see what it looks like. We're just going to wipe these down real quick with a common household disinfectant cloth here that I have handy. Just get the dust and grime build up off of it. Then we'll take the same cloth with a toothpick and run this down into that piston seat and hopefully clear out any buildup. It's a little dirty. Get our canned air, blow that out. So now we should be good to replace our piston spring and the piston. Get our snuffer arm. Down into place. And hopefully this pin will slide right in there. All right, so we wrestled it into place there. Take our precision screwdriver. Try not to mar this tiny little screw up. And turn those threads. Looks like we may need a little bit more pressure. So that pin is just spinning right now. Now I think we've got it there into place. And tighten down. It is really difficult to get that tiny little screwdriver down there on that tiny little screw. That is tight though. And now our snuffer appears to be seated down a lot more flush than it was. I should have shown you on the camera how those looked comparative to each other. And this snuffer on the Pan Am lighter was definitely more flush than this bent snuffer. And you can see it's almost like a warp instead of a bend. So I'm not sure how that happened. But this snuffer is now seating all the way down, exactly like we want it. So the next thing that we will do will be to install a wick, which we'll need to pull our wadding out first. So that will be continued until the next video. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow to finish this project. Until next time.